In 1978, researchers tracked down two groups of people who had almost nothing in common. One group had just won a fortune. The other had survived an accident that left them paralyzed. They asked both groups the same question. How happy are you? Day to day, right now? The answer nobody expected wasn't about the accident victims. It was about the winners. And once you understand why, you'll never look at getting everything you wanted the same way again. The researchers, Philip Brickman, Dan Coates, and Ronnie Janoff-Bullman, found 22 people who'd won major lotteries. Not modest windfalls. Sums between $50,000 and $1 million. Worth several times that today. Life-altering money, by any reasonable measure. They compared this group to a matched set of ordinary people who hadn't won anything, and separately to 29 people who had been paralyzed in accidents and had been interviewed previously as part of other research. The obvious prediction: winners should be dramatically happier than ordinary people. That's the entire premise. The lottery sells. That's not what the data showed. The lottery winners were not significantly happier than the control group, who'd never won anything at all. Same average happiness, same general life satisfaction. And here's the detail. That should genuinely unsettle you. The winners reported taking less pleasure from ordinary, everyday moments. The small stuff. Chatting with a friend, a good meal, a quiet morning. Things a normal life is actually made of, mostly. As for the accident victims, while paralysis understandably came with real, serious hardship, their overall happiness had, over time, moved much closer to the general populations than most people would ever guess. Neither extreme, winning big, or losing this much, landed where common sense says it should. So here's the question worth sitting with. If money like that doesn't move the needle, what actually determines how happy you feel day to day? The researchers had a theory ready, and they called it adaptation level theory, what later became known, more casually, as the hedonic treadmill. Two forces were doing the damage, working together. The first, contrast. Once you've experienced the sheer peak of winning a fortune, an ordinary Tuesday, coffee, a decent meal, a normal conversation, simply can't compete anymore. It's not that the coffee got worse, it's that your reference point for a good moment just got permanently recalibrated against something enormous. The second force, habituation. Your brain doesn't stay dazzled by anything for long. New circumstances, however extraordinary, eventually just become the new normal. The mansion becomes the house. The financial freedom becomes just how things are now. The thrill has a shelf life, and that shelf life is shorter than almost anyone predicts. Which raises the real question underneath this whole video. If the baseline resets itself every single time, is there any destination that actually holds? Here's where it gets genuinely counterintuitive. It's not just that the winner's happiness faded back to normal. In some cases, the money actively introduced new problems that hadn't existed before. Sudden wealth changed relationships. Some winners described strained friendships, resentment from people around them, a new kind of scrutiny they'd never had to navigate. Managing a fortune, it turns out, is its own unfamiliar burden. None of that shows up in the fantasy of winning. All of it shows up in the actual, lived version of getting exactly what you wanted. This is the part the lottery ticket never advertises. It's not just that the high fades. It's that the version of your life, after getting everything you wanted, comes with an entirely new, unfamiliar set of problems. ones your old life never had to solve. This isn't unique to lottery winners. Psychologists have a name for a very close cousin of this effect, the arrival fallacy, the deeply held belief that reaching a specific goal will finally, permanently, deliver lasting happiness. The promotion, the relationship, the number in the bank account you've been chasing for years. Each one gets treated, in the mind, as the finish line, the place where the striving finally stops and the satisfaction finally settles in. But the hedonic treadmill doesn't care what the achievement actually is. Contrast and habituation apply just as ruthlessly to a promotion as they do to a jackpot. The goal gets hit, the peak arrives, briefly, genuinely, and then the baseline quietly recalibrates around the new normal, and the search for enough simply resumes, one rung higher, up the same ladder. So, why can getting everything you wanted feel like nothing? Because happiness was never sitting at the destination, waiting for you to arrive. It's generated relative to a constantly shifting baseline, a baseline that moves the moment you do. Win the fortune, and the fortune becomes the new normal within months. Hit the goal, and the goal becomes the new floor you're standing on, not a peak you get to stay at. This isn't a reason to stop pursuing things. It's a warning about what you're actually pursuing. If the plan is, I'll finally be satisfied once I get this, the research says, bluntly, that you won't be. Not because the thing isn't worth getting, but because satisfaction was never something a destination could deliver in the first place. If you've ever hit a goal you worked years for and felt strangely hollow within weeks of getting there, that wasn't a sign. Something is wrong with you. It's exactly what decades of research says happens to almost everyone, lottery winners included. The uncomfortable, freeing truth underneath all of this: the goalpost was never going to stay still long enough for you to finally rest at it, which means the only version of this that actually works has to be built out of what happens along the way. Since that's the only part of the equation that was ever going to hold still. If this changed the way you see the world, the next video on your screen will change the way you see yourself. Click it now. And if you're fascinated by the psychology behind everyday life, subscribe, because we're just getting started.